Hello, how are you? Hope you're keeping well. So, I'm here, sat here doing my makeup, well, practicing. If you watched my last video, I mentioned that I am always practicing at getting better at doing my makeup. And where I usually get tips from is on TikTok. But today, I came across an interview on Madam Joyce's channel with Enitan hair coach. Um, Enitan hair coach is a natural hair coach and trichologist that is based in West London. I've been to her salon before. The first time I started looking at how to better grow my edges, she was the first salon I visited. That was shortly after lockdown. So she's really good at what she does, right? So the interview is really good. I will link it in the description. But if you can, go listen to the whole interview because it's more than just she was talking about hair, natural hair, and how to grow your hair, and why we do the things that we do, best practice, and all of that. Because of the things that they spoke about, it is really deeper than that. As we all know, people might say stuff like it's just hair, it's dead fiber. Yes, that is true. Scientifically, it's dead fiber, but culturally and spiritually speaking, black women and the importance that we attach to our hair cannot be trivialized. You can't just say it's just hair because it's way deeper than that, right? So, for instance, I know about Yoruba cosmology. We refer to our ori, which is our ori, which is our physical head, but also spiritual ori, which is our maybe an Igbo person will call it the she, but it's more like the your destiny, your destiny, your inner head, your consciousness is the best way to describe it. But we believe so like strongly in that, and that's why when you're growing up, when you go to the barbers or if you go to the hairdressers, you see people don't leave their hair, they pack their hair and they dispose of it themselves because people believe that you shouldn't just allow anyone to put their hair you shouldn't just allow anyone to put their hands into your hair. And Eniton touched on that as well, that regardless of what you believe in, you shouldn't allow people to speak negatively about your hair. And the reason why we are where we are, where she spoke about a 4-year-old who came into the salon with traction alopecia. Like, what business does a 4-year-old have to do with traction alopecia, right? Because traction alopecia is happening because of bad hair practices, because somebody is pulling at your hair too tight, they're putting your hair in very uncomfortable styles, and your hair follicles is now damaged and you've lost your hair. She also spoke about a 16-year-old who came into the salon with 80% hair loss. Like, what business does a 16-year-old have having 80% hair loss if it's not like an autoimmune disease? This is all caused by bad hair practices. The conversation then went on to why do these things happen? And Eniton mentioned something that is really important. She spoke about how it all starts from the home. What do people say about your hair? I remember when I was younger and I came to England. So I was in England. I was born in England. Then I went to Nigeria with my dad first. So when we landed in Nigeria, because my mom stayed behind in England. She was studying for her exams. So I went back to Nigeria with my dad. And my aunties were basically in charge of my hair, right? And I remember the conversations that we had. Oh, this hair is too tough. Oh, the comb keeps breaking. Maybe she should cut it off. And I remember my dad saying, no, you're not cutting her hair. Even my mom, I think that my mom, when they had conversations with her on the phone, she was like, don't cut my child's hair. But the conversation, if in the home, the conversation around the hair is always like, put it away, it's too tough, it's too, I don't know how to manage it. If that's all you hear all your life, it's no wonder that a lot of black women, grown black women, don't feel comfortable about wearing their own natural hair. Because there's this conversation that is currently going on TikTok. It's been going on for a while, but even more so in the last few weeks, where people say stuff like, why can't you wear your natural hair? And then there is the people who believe that, well, freedom of choice, which I also believe in. If people want to wear wigs, let them wear wigs. If people want to wear braids, let them wear. Let people enjoy what they want to enjoy. But also, Enitan touched on something like, okay, there are 365 days in a year. If you cannot wear your hair, your natural hair, in one of those days in the year, there's something going on. But I understand how that something can be going on. If all your life, all you've heard is your hair is too tough, your hair is too strong, your hair is too, it's unmanageable, your hair is too stringy, it's non-porous, it's porous, it's too difficult to manage. These are the words that people speak over your hair, over your head, over your ori. You know, you start to believe it. You absorb all this negative talk, and you start to believe it, and you start to say it to yourself. And you hear people say stuff like, "Oh, 4C hair," which is like tight curled afro hair, is too difficult to manage. It's too difficult to manage. Okay, the truth is that it's not too difficult to manage. It's different. It's like you're not used to managing your natural hair because you're used to putting it away. It's like you braid it for 3 weeks or 3 weeks. You braid it for 3 months, you take it out, you wash it, you leave it out for a while, like 1 day or 2 days, and you put it back in braids. This is what you're used to doing. And I used to be like that. You chemically straighten your hair with relaxers, something you're not supposed to do more than maybe twice a year. You do it like once every 6 weeks, and you continue to do that and continue to do that. That's why my edges were damaged, because this is from years of, I've been wearing my hair naturally since 2009, 2010, but the damage I'd done to my hair before that, years of chemically relaxing, then putting it in braids, not allowing it to rest, had damaged my hair follicles. And I remember it was actually Enitan's salon where, under the microscope, they examine your follicles, and I was told that, okay, you're like 80%, you've got 80% good follicles, which means that it's like 20% damaged. Can you imagine? And there are people, oh, did I just knock myself over? And there are people with like 100% damage, 80% damage, just because we don't want to wear our hair naturally, because we've believed what we've been told. Some of us, these stories are things that have been told to us by our aunties, by our mothers, because they themselves don't know how to take care of their hair. They see it as a burden, and this is where it starts. So I don't know why I'm like, oh, I need to talk about it. I need to yap about it. Somebody would identify with this, because we, I'm not the only one. There are loads of people, because in the comments there were people saying that, oh, what she's saying is healing me. There are loads of people who've experienced this. So my question to you is that you need to now start to slowly heal yourself of those negative talks. And if you're raising children, or if you've got nieces, nephews around you who have 4C hair, tight, coily hair, because the world sees them, or sees their hair. Hopefully things are changing, but most of the world still sees this. Most of the world sees their hair as something problematic. Like every time they talk about Afro hair, is like problematic. It needs to be. There's always something wrong with it. It's never like it needs to be appreciated in its natural state. It's always something needs to be done to it. Something needs to be done to manipulate it, to make it easier to wear, to make it easier, to make it comfortable for people. This is something that is growing naturally out of your scalp. So when you see your nieces and your nephews, you should tell them how beautiful they are. Your hair is beautiful. The color is amazing. The coils are beautiful. There's a reason why your hair grows up into the sky. They're like antennas. It's closer to the sky. You receive messages from. Look, tell them, pump them up. Let them know how beautiful they are, how wonderful they are, how it is that there are no mistakes. The way you've been created, the way you've been made, the way your hair frames your face, when you comb it out, the way it feels to touch. Let them know how beautiful they are, because these things are important. These things then go on to determine how they see themselves in the future, how they see themselves, or when they go out into the world, and if somebody tells them something negative, they know to be like, no, do not say that over my hair. Like Enitan was saying, if you sit down in somebody's chair and the first thing they say to you is like, this is really difficult, this is really dry, this is really uncomfortable, oh, I can't handle your hair, you should be free to be able to get up and be like, no, I know that my hair is beautiful, I know that my hair is gorgeous, and walk out. Don't let anyone say anything negative over your head, over your ori, over your consciousness, because you absorb all these things. I just wanted to share that. Let me know what's your hair journey like. Have you always loved it? Is it something you've come to love? Are you struggling with it? And also, if you are someone who, like me, who's now worn their hair naturally for years, don't talk down on people who are still on the journey because, like I always say, people wake up when they wake up. People wake up when they wake up. So just because you've woken up and you're like, okay, I've come to love my hair. Give people space to come to love theirs as well, but don't talk down on people, right? Encourage people if you can, you know. And if you're still struggling, let me be the one to tell you that your hair is beautiful. Do not believe in those lies. Even if it's like breaking off and there's breaking off in the edges, there's always solution. There's you can go see a trichologist, go speak to somebody. Or if you can't afford a trichologist, there are information online, things that you can do. Slowly start to get comfortable with your own hair. Slowly start to, if you start with 1 day a month of wearing your hair out, see how you feel about yourself, because yes, it takes getting used to, because you're not used to seeing yourself like that. You're used to seeing yourself in straight bust down weave and wigs, and now it's like, okay, what do I do with myself? This is like a whole new you that you're discovering. So give yourself patience, be kind to yourself. Your hair is beautiful. That's all I came here to say. All right, thanks for watching my video. I'll see you in the next one.